Am I audible to guys? Or is it okay? No, because see, normally when I come, I don't require any mic. That is the thing actually. Okay, so let me start. So, Venerable Ramesh, Mr. Prasad, Mr. Sitaramaya, Professor Srinivas Reddy, and my dear young friends and media. It's a wonderful day for all the student community of business management to assemble here on this very great occasion. First of all, I congratulate every one of you for participating in this great event. Now I can't wait remembering my MBA days. I just want to tell you, because as it has been already told by Mr. Ramesh that, it's a beautiful morning. I attribute this as Pagale Vennala. Okay? And I see a lot of people just keeping the paper as the fans and then doing it. And the next minute I will say that you will stop that by listening to me. Okay? See, the only president from United States came to India somewhere in late 90s, Bill Clinton. Okay? So he visited our high-tech city and he was sitting like this only. And more than 250 industrialists, they were all sitting in the dark. Okay, they were eagerly waiting. And unfortunately, 15 years or 18 years back, the kind of ACs what we had in high-tech city is similar to the same situation what we have right now. Okay? So the thing is that, he was sitting there and I was watching in the TV. And he was very serious, well composed, and he was listening to the people who are all talking, and he was having eye-to-eye contact with the people. He was sweating like us. But he never took his handkerchief and then wiped it out because of the simple reason later on he has informed to his own people that he doesn't want to show that he is succumbing to the nature. He is succumbing to the environment. So I want you guys to keep just your fans down and then concentrate on this great event conducted by Aurora as the Anveshana. So the first Anveshana, what you need to do here is that search yourself and then start withstanding to the nature and to the environment. And once if you start taking the nature is supposed to be a lot. And after my speech, after 30 minutes, you will definitely feel that you are cool and comfort. Thank you. I want to start, normally with a dialogue, with the people, but the situation demands that, you need to have a monologue kind of a thing. So normally what I do is that, I take some parables to inform you the message in such a fashion that it imprints your mind. Okay? Let me try what I can do it here actually. I want to start with one of the wonderful quotations given by one of the great gentlemen in the world. The quotation is, in a gentle way, you can shake the world. I repeat, in a gentle way, you can shake the world. And this is one of the beautiful quotations, accepted worldwide, applauded worldwide. And there is no question that everybody accepts that in a gentle way, every one of you can shake the world. This is given by none other than the father of our nation, Mahatma Gandhi. So the scenario here is, he is a great leader. He was managing everything what India needs. He was having his own best team, but he was leading from the front. And for your kind information, when I was reading the autobiography of Mahatma Gandhi, if you see, he is not a great orator. And whenever he was asked to speak, he was shivering in his shoes and then he was having a shiver in his spine. And moreover, he confesses that his handwriting is so bad that he himself cannot read after some time if he writes anything on a piece of paper. How he has become a great leader. The simple scenario here is, the point we have to note down, every great leader understands, recognizes his weaknesses. And he goes upright and then he addresses his weaknesses. That is the beauty part of it. Every one of us are having weaknesses, but we say, okay, I have that weakness. What I should do? We'll shrug our shoulders and say that, okay, take it light. I am what I am. That is no more acceptable for this world. Everybody wants to become a manager in their life. Especially I'm seeing the young buddies, the management students. They want to become managers. Who doesn't want? If I ask you to raise your hands, everybody wants to raise. But the scenario here is everybody wants to become a manager by using shortcut methods. This is not acceptable. If you use shortcut methods, then obviously you will not become a manager, but definitely you will become a damager, which cannot be accepted by any of your corporate work. Okay? And all the research says that it takes 10 full years of any individual to become the best personality in the world in the domain, whatever that he or she has chosen. So you have to struggle 10 years. 10 years is nothing because we are going to work for another 40 years, right? After getting into a job. So you work for 10 years very hard. Don't look at the watch. Don't look at the time. Don't look at the challenges that whatever you are going to face. Start facing as it comes. Then you will become definitely a great leader, a great manager, and a great pupil in this society. And I want to tell you, I said that I am going to tell you the parables. The first parable which I want to say is that whether you believe it or not, the fact written on the wall in the world is Indians are brilliant. They are extremely brilliant. That's what everybody acknowledges. Okay, I will give you one example here. 3 scientists were just walking on the road. One is German, another one is United States guy, and the third one is obviously our Indian. All 3 of them were walking. All these scientists are extremely brilliant from engineering background, from management background, and from all the backgrounds in the world as far as education is concerned. So obviously when most intelligent people they go, they want to prove that who is great. And especially when you are representing countries, you would like to prove that you and your country is greater than other countries. Okay? So the first gentleman, the German technology is the best in the world. Okay? So he takes up a stone and he says that, look, what I will do with this stone, and then I will come back in 24 hours next day morning, and then he goes back, he does his work exceptionally brilliant with the stone, and he comes back. And he makes that stone like a hair. So that means the kind of precision in carving that he shows. That's how the Germans does. So then he gives it pass it on to America. So what happens, this American, now he has to do better than what Germans have done. So he takes 24 hours time, and this guy will go back and he does his work, and then next day morning he comes and gives that particular hair-like stone to the other person, that is who is left out, the third one, that is India. So he makes a hole from one end to another end completely, which can be visible. Everybody says, wow, exceptionally brilliant. So because see, making a stone into a hair-like thing itself is something amazing. That's what German has done it, and then American, to prove their technology and as well as the superiority, what he does is that he has made a hole from here into that end. Then he gives it to Indian, and with a big smile he says that, my dear friend, you have got nothing to do more than this. Then go and come back after 24 hours. They smile. That's how we are smiled by the international people. Then Indian says that, close your eyes, gentlemen. Then both the other 2 gentlemen, they close their eyes, and he gives it back to them. See, look, he prints made in India. He prints made in India. What does it mean? They say that, come on, you cheated us. He says that, hold on, gentlemen. The rules of the game is very simple. You have passed it on something to American and has passed it on to me, and I am the ultimate guy to do something different than you guys. Okay? Then you're all my team members. Shut up. You don't have any say. Okay? You don't have any say. How? He has not taken 24 hours to go back and then make made in India print and put into that. What has he done? Gentlemen, let's be very clear. This Indian, we are so proud of him because this quality is there in every one of us that we know what is coming to us. We are prepared. We are proactive. We are not reactive like other people. That is the reason today all the Indian marriages are ruling the world and none of the projects are failed if it is given to us. That is the reason either India or Australia or America, whatever it is, United States or Africa, they give their projects to us and they say that if we give the projects to be managed by the Indians, it will always be successful because we have got our blood group as yes. Not A, B, C or O. Our blood group is S is success. Our DNA is honesty and hard work. We don't search for any other things. So that is the reason today, all the Indians, irrespective whether you are an engineer or manager or whatever it is, you are on top of the world. And one more important thing is that we always struggle to express ourselves. And we have got an element of doubt, an iota of doubt that we may fail. And I always challenge in my organization in choice that the youngsters will be coming and they always express or inexpress that they may fail. I say only one thing, gentlemen, I know what is cooking up in your brain. Please fail. How many times you want to fail, you please fail. So after you failing completely, then there is no room for us other than entering into success. Do you agree with me or not? So same thing, I say that, but there is one rule. The rule is that you cannot repeat your mistakes. You cannot fail the same way that you failed yesterday. You fail in a different way. I want to understand. I also want to know that in how many times that you can fail. In how many methods are there, that you can hit failure instead of hitting success. So I just want to give you, every one of you are aware of cricket, and our religion is cricket. Okay, the Indian religion is cricket. So Sunil Gavaskar, so this gentleman, so always whenever he gets out, he goes back to his room and then he watches the replays and then he makes sure that with his practice, he will never give it out in the next time for the same ball. So that is the beauty part of it. And here, I just want to say that, the biggest, the success whatever we have, we are also having a drawback. The drawback is that initially, when we fail, we start blaming people. The first thing is that we start blaming the people who are near to us. We start blaming our co-employees, our team members, our team manager, our technical manager, our project manager, our brothers, our sisters, our neighbors. Everybody will start blaming. And after blaming, we will not keep quiet. Then we start blaming our stars, our luck, and also God. So what we will do here, we blame everybody who are all visible and who are all invisible also. The beauty part is that we blame everybody. So my suggestion to all of you guys is that you will be entering into the corporate world and stop blaming this game. Instead of blaming, go back and sit very coolly and calmly and then think that what are the root causes for your failure, and you will be spending just only 50% of the blame time to get success. If you are spending 2 hours to blame somebody, it takes only 1 hour to recoup back and then face the challenges and hit the success. None of the people in the world are completely successful without failures, because failures are the highway for success. Let us be very clear. The underlying scenario here is that failures are the highway for success. That's what I just want to tell you. And I also want to tell you one interesting story about one gentleman who ruled the world. Okay. So this gentleman, at the age of around 17, he started his business. He miserably failed at the age of 21 in his business, and the loan what he has taken from the bank, it took another 17 years for him to pay off. That means that he failed in his business in 21 years, and that he could repay all the debt in the age of 38. So he first entered into the politics in the age of 24, and he miserably failed. Nobody was listening to him. And 27 years he contested, again failed. At 28 or 29 years, he lost his sweetheart. We say that wife, he lost. And afterwards, none of his people are listening to him. At the age of 33, again he miserably failed. Again at the age of 37, he contested, he failed. 42 years, he contested, he failed. 45 years, contested and failed. 47 years, he contested as a vice president. Again he failed. At 52 years, he became the president of United States, Abraham Lincoln. Gentlemen, what is the series of failures? Is he a fool of an ass? No. is brilliant. What I mean to say here is that even brilliant people will also meet failures continuously. But had he kept quiet without attempting, he would not have become president. His ambition is very serious and he has got simple focus, direct focus that he wants to become the president of United States. So that is the reason we call him as the president from log cabin to White House. So that means he is coming from very, very poor family, from log cabin, that's like hers, and he has captured the position of United States highest premier house, that is White House, that every one of you are aware. What I mean to say here is that, richness is different. Never see that richness is color notes. Richness is very simple, every one of you can remember. I coined this as ABC, attitude, behavior and culture, and you have been passed by your elders and seniors and forefathers that you have got a great attitude, okay? Brilliant behavior that we have given to you, and our culture is unparalleled in the world. That is the kind of heritage that you have got. The only thing is you have to go and then start hitting the success. And somebody will come back and say that, sir, I got into Choice Solutions, I went to Choice Solutions, I completely failed. I could not, because I don't know RKC, I don't know the vice president. And some of our people, they are aware of vice president and then they got the job. Oh, okay, did you try somewhere else? Yeah, I tried with some other companies also. And everywhere there is some big brother to support people. This is what they say. This is absolutely wrong and nonsensical. I will give you one of the beautiful examples so that you will come to know. There was one gentleman in the world, he is the richest and filthiest guy. He says that if my son cannot become president of the country, I simply go and buy a country. Look at his father. He says that if my son cannot become president of the country, I will go and buy simply a country and make him as the president. He says that, son, look, you have unconditional support from a filthy and richest guy in the world. So the son listens, just quote unquote, he listens, and he goes back and he does his work so nicely, extremely in a precision way, and he becomes the President of the United States. Can anybody tell? John F. Kennedy. Look guys, his father told that don't worry, don't do any work. If you can't become that, I'm ready to purchase. Then if you and I are there, if you and I have some sort of fathers, we will relax. Come on, dad, go and then buy a country. I'm ready for becoming a president. So if you want to become a president of a company or a country, make sure that you are eligible. So if somebody asks you to go and then, if somebody asks you to go and then get into the chair, you should be capable enough to get into such sort of a chair. Okay? See, only thing what I want to say here is a leader will always be having different nature and kind. He is always a team member. Though he is a leader, he is always a team member. He is a people's man, and he should have the attitude to attribute his success to the team. I just want to tell you a small example here. Every one of you will be enthralled actually with this example. So our choice is the first company on the planet to make a web application on the mobile for education domain, and I'm very proud that I was heading the team completely as the vice president of the company. So a bigger claps you will get when you listen to the true story. So then it was a very big successful, and then we have launched this in North Carolina. And the owner of the company for getting this contract was Digital Millennium Consultancy in Washington DC. So he called me. The project is very successful, RK, under your leadership and stewardship. Why don't you come to Washington DC? I went there. So I told him that always you say you respect me a lot and all. So I always talk very freely with the people. Now I want to see that how much you respect me. Okay? Then he said, oh, come on, hold on. So then he took us to a restaurant. That is in the somewhere on the 17th or 18th floor. I didn't remember actually. So we were taking some burgers, and there was a heavy security for us when we are going to the 17th floor. So he said that RK, please check yourself. You are not carrying any sort of thing. I said that we Indians will never carry any guns like Americans. Okay, so we are very careful, and then we will never do such sort of activities. Then he said, no, not even small things like, any small knives or anything, please don't carry. I said, okay. Then I went to the 17th floor and we were eating. lot of people are coming with a black dress and then, with black spectacles, and then they were all watching us. They were even watching that what I'm eating. And there was the heavy security, and he has to say that, okay, I'm citizen of United States, and then I live in, Washington, D.C. Now, one of my prestigious customer has come, so that is the reason I'm taking them and all. He was giving all his identities. Normally, when we go into malls or when we go to restaurants, we will never give. So we went to the top floor, and then we are eating. Then he said that, RK, what are you doing? I said that I'm eating. Can you please move your head? He started moving his head. There you see, that is the White House. In Washington, D.C. I was watching the White House. Then I said that, oh, come on, this is great, man. Then I started realizing one thing. The White House is so small that it is not even 1/4 of our president's house. The White House is 1/4 of our president's house. Then I started thinking and realizing the fact that if you want to become powerful, if you want to become a greater guy, you need not have a big house. I want to tell you guys, so who are all coming from rural areas or coming like me from different areas, we need not have a bigger house. We should have a bigger house in the mind to become big. That's what I want to tell you. And the most important factor comes now. I came down, I said that I was very happy, jubilant. Then I shook his hand and said that, Sean, I'm very, very, very happy that, you gave me a lot of respect. He said that it is not over. Then I said, what else? Then he took me to the car, and I was just about to get into the car. He said that, wait, RK, wait. I said, okay, fine. Then he opened the door of the car. RK, sir, please get in. I was really amazed. A multi-billion-dollar company executive, the senior most top-notch guy, taking me there and then honoring me, opening the door like a shopper and asking me to get in. I got in. He said that your team is very, very successful, RK. I don't have words to explain how great jobs that you people have done it. Then I was in tears with a lot of bliss in the tip of my eyes. Tears were there. Then immediately said, can I use your phone? He said, yeah, please go ahead. I called my team, said that, guys, today I am in this position because of you guys. And 25% of my team is constituting from Aurora. And still the team is continuing to support from last 3.5 years. So that is the kind of a great job that you guys are doing, and then you are capable enough and you have got the stuff in you, and only thing is that you have to enhance the fire in the belly, and then you should have laser focus to meet the success. That's what I want to inform every one of you guys here. Guys, I just want to tell you one thing. The international economy, if you see, even if you take the big brother, we always compare ourselves with United States. United States, the revenues and the economy is supported 85% by the small business units. This is the fact. And whenever there is a fall in their financial system, they fall apart and they wiggle out. That will not happen in case of India. So India is emerging as one of the strongest economy in the world. Okay, and you are part of this economy. Okay, and then you can do anything and everything to make sure that we position our country in a better way. Okay, and since the economy is growing, and then there are empty number of opportunities, and only thing you have to see that the opportunities are existing. So many people will come and say that, sir, always you say that there are empty number of opportunities. How many opportunities are there? I say that as many as the stars are there in the sky, those many opportunities are there for you. Then they look at the sky and say that, so we cannot see the stars. I say that you are an idiot. In the morning, stars will not be appearing. So that means that you should know where to see, when to see, how to see, and then you have to search for the opportunities. Opportunities are available. Stars will not be seen in the morning. So you should know how to position yourself and when to position. This is most important. The only thing is that, I will tell you, never ever think that, can I enter into a bigger company? Am I capable enough to enter into a bigger company? I will give you the last example is that you are having a swimming pool. Always we will be at the edge of the swimming pool and always looking into the water and say that, can I get into the water or not? If I get into the water, can I swim or not? Only thing what you need to do is that take a big leap and then jump into the water. Then all the people say that, my boys say that, sir, if we jump, we will die. I said, come on buddies, you cannot die because
There are several people crouching around the swimming pool to see that you will not die. If you die, all the people who are all seeing will also die. Because if they want to become successful, your success is the first stepping stone for their success. So they say that, okay, in a swimming pool, small swimming pool, we can dive. But what about bigger ponds or rivers or sea? I tell them only one thing. Once if you know swimming, doesn't matter what is the breadth and depth of the water. Only thing is that you have to start swimming. Keep swimming. Automatically, the dynamics and the current what is available in the sea can easily be adaptable by your body. So I wish you all the best, and it is only your focus and your mind and the fire in belly will get you to the success. And I wish you, every one of you, to be successful. And I'm available to you at any point of time in the FBN as well as in the Twitter. And at any point of time you can contact me. Thank you very much. And I want every one of you to be successful in your life.